Peace, peace, brothers and sisters. This is Shu Amun, and this is part two of a psychological, mental process that a woman will put on a man and he won't even know it. This is part two. I'm sure let's give all due respects to the Creator. The sun rises. Assalamu alaikum. Peace within you. Ashe, Hotep. Good morning. All right, now, brothers and sisters, let me explain something to you. Especially a lot of men, you need to hear a lot of these things because you're not equipped and not mature enough to understand why you constantly in a battle with a woman. If your woman is very verbal, it's because she's many different reasons why she's verbal. Contagious, if you will. Now, that doesn't mean she's powerful because she's verbal. Don't let women fool you with that bullshit. Talk about, oh, you can't handle a real woman. So you got to be verbal, contagious for me to sit up here to be able to hear you out, or you need to be so verbal at the point that you can't understand if you're right or wrong. Now, my brothers and sisters, you have to understand something here. If the female, when she's a baby ain't confrontational. She's not. The baby is exerting everything. And it depends on the relationship. If the mother and the daughter have somewhat a good relationship, and the mother and the daughter having a confrontational, verbal relationship, well, what you think is going to happen to the daughter? The daughter grows up being just like that. Averagely, the daughter will grow up being confrontational and very verbal. And she will sit there and say, this is who I am. Now, is that her totally? No. That's what she have become by watching her mother being confrontational and verbally, especially with men. We have to understand that, brothers and sisters. If your woman has no problem disrespecting you, that means she learned how to be confrontational. Some women, because they watched a mother or whoever the female guardian was very confrontational and verbal with a man, and then the woman or the child watched how the mother, after she's very confrontational verbally and possibly physically, and then they go in the room and have sex, she believes that is part of love. The word love they use. And she will grow up thinking this is a process, this is what it is. Now, if the female grows up and the mother is aggressive and the father's passive, I need you to pay attention to this. And the father is very passive because the father, either he works a lot or maybe his mother was abusive to him. The father went to work a lot and the mother was abusive to him. For whatever reason, we can get into this steps to this shit, yo. But right now, let's deal with what we got on hand right now. The mother abused the son. And this is what a lot of you will never understand because you think that that mother won't abuse her son. The mother will verbally abuse her son to the point that he believes it's okay for the mother to abuse him verbally. Some mothers physically and verbally abuse their son. And then their son grows up all attentive, sensitive. He's always angry. You understand? And if he's always angry, what happens? He can't be in a relationship. He cannot even handle a relationship. And then he meets a female that he believes that likes him. Now, she's not potentially trying to harm him. She sees that he's weak, but she likes him. Right? She likes him. And remember, when it comes to sex, you learn to have sex through experience. Through experience. Now, the only way the guy gets lucky unless his penis is a nice size, right? Or he been reading books or watching movies. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean he has skills. Skills will overweight a man's large anatomy of his body part, which is his penis. Now, he can have a big penis and he never have a sex, and the woman takes him in and go, oh my God, his penis is nice. But she's using it for her. If she's already skillful, and he's not, she will know how to work him. And what she's going to do is teach him how to have sex. And like, listen, I just taught you something. Now, he either going to grasp for it or he's going to use it anyway. And she goes, listen, you said it's the first time you had sex? And you're going to go, yeah. She said, damn, boy, you pretty good. But he didn't realize that his penis was fitting her like a glove. And he might have went 20 minutes with her, and then she took it to the rest of the way. But because his penis fit in her vagina perfectly, and it was hitting her G spots and constantly, and then in her mind, like, damn, this nigga, I like that. And then she'll find out gradually that he really does not have sex. Once she realized it mentally that he really does not understand the way how he talks, the way he moves. He don't know how to hold a woman. He doesn't know how to caress the woman. She'll recognize all these things. And some women will teach the young man how to caress and love a woman. Some females like, I'm gonna just use this nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna use this nigga for his penis because she's vicious. She's vicious. A lot of you women, you done that shit, man. I put it in my own arsenal. I was dating this female, and she was verbally, she had a nasty mouth. But what she didn't realize, she met a man that had a nasty mouth too. Because I got sisters. I got brothers and sisters. And in our house, you better be physically and verbally prepared. That's real fucking talk. You better know how to, you gotta get in that ass. You better know how to get in that ass. You know what I'm saying? In our house, you know what I'm saying, that verbally and physically, he was there. And trust and believe, you better know how to defend yourself at all costs. So, she didn't know that. So she used to mouth off, and I used to go, what's wrong with you? What's your problem? And, even though this woman is wrong, she wouldn't bend. And I said, like, I see what I got to do here. It's kind of fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But you bringing your evil motherfucking ways to me when I'm being nice to you? All right. So then, you got to show them what time it is. So this, this woman goes, I ain't never met a man that can verbally out-talk a woman. I said, because you ain't met every man on the planet. You met just not even 0.0. You only met the men that was around you. And all of them basically were the same type of men. So she goes, I ain't never thought about it like that. Then what kind of woman are you? You absolutely believe that all men are the same? You only believe all men are the same because these are the men that's around you the same. Same attitudes, same wavelength. Matter of fact, you probably got one or two men that are different. It's just that when they're around the crew or the crowd of people, they pretend to be like everybody else to get along. I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am. I'm a man of many motherfucking wishes. I'm a Renaissance man. And if you can't deal with it, fuck out of here. That's real talk. So that's what I told her. So make a long story short, we didn't stay together, you know what I'm saying? But when it came to sex, she would use, I had learned this skill that, say if we got into an argument, it was a very physical, not a physical, verbal argument. It was nasty. Then after that, she told me, oh, I'm sorry, and she wanted to have sex with me. And I noticed the sex after the argument was highly intensified. I mean, we was, really putting in that work. When sex was over, she got up, she lit up a cigarette. Got up, put her clothes on, said, where you going? I'm going for a drive. So you don't want to sit down here and cuddle? She said, what the fuck am I cuddle for? I just used you so I can relax. Straight jacket. She said it just like that. And I said, you did what? She said, I just used you so I can relax. I said, holy shit, because I never been through that before. I didn't get mad at first. I felt very, very uncomfortable. Then I started realizing at that point in time how easily women can manipulate a situation. And you think that they won't do that. You're so blinded. And I started realizing why men are so blinded to that, because what their mother taught them. Their mother has showered them so much and blind them or verbally abused them, they can't see when a woman can manipulate a situation because they were closed-minded. They couldn't see it. This is where you get these women, their sons, they so overprotective because the woman have constantly abused the man in all attributes, mentally, psychologically, physically, especially if the man ain't doing nothing what the woman wants. So she takes her son and puts all her emotional attributes, all her emotional way of thinking, and he begins to think like a woman. He begins to act like a woman. Some of them will go to the point of now they change their sex gender and how they are. Talking about more like a woman. These things is there. I don't care how physical. I've met dudes, literally 245-pound, full muscle, are super sensitive. You be talking to them, you be like, yo, what's wrong with you? Because their mind is like a woman. Their mind was trained like a woman. And they cannot be in a relationship too long because they think like a woman. A woman had trained him to think like a woman. I'm just telling you the truth. A lot of you will never understand this. Why so many relationships are always in trouble. Relationships are based on verbal. Physical is later, and that's not even promising. All you got to do is listen to the conversations you have with females. Listen to the levels of the conversations you have with females. If you ain't having no real conversation, when I say real, I mean a conversation based on the future of life, or education, of finding out who you are as a man and a woman, a conversation based on finding your identity, why you don't know what kind of tribe you in, dealing with science, mathematics, social studies. If you ain't grasping in that type of atmosphere, and then you do talk like that, and that woman say, yo, this shit, you sound corny. Trust and believe. If that female says, like, you sound corny, she don't want to be fucking with you like that because she can't grasp in that type of field. You will call it street, but it's not that she's street. It's that what she was taught was how to survive. She wasn't taught how to live. Understand and grasp what I'm telling you. And you as a man, you were not taught how to survive. You were taught how to survive. You was not taught how to live. See, I was fortunate to have a mother and a father. So a mother and a father taught us how to live because this is how they would speak. She would say, and my father would say, yo, listen, how you living? My father used to always say, how you living? Never saying, yo, you surviving? Listen to the words. The words will give you a lot of answers to help you clearly. My mother would say, how you living, baby? Are you living good? And you go, yeah, mom. See, when you put the word good in front of living, are you living good? See, living good. This goes to the mother, the son, and the daughter. You have to put this in your head and you go, am I living good? You will compute this into your head and you say, am I living good? Yeah, I'm living good. It's a standard. It's a standard of living. And when you understand and grasp for that field, now female, her way of living is go get the money. I don't give a fuck how you gotta go get that money, get that money. And then you buy nice things and such and such and such and such and such. Right? That's how she thinks that she's supposed to be living good. And now you can see on TV how they showing, you know your little love and hip hop shows. You got the grimy females, you know what I'm saying, from certain neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? They go, yo, I gotta get out of here. This is what I'm gonna do. And you gotta give them the ultimate respect because she ain't trying to survive no more. She tired of surviving. It ain't getting her nowhere. So she's going to live and trust and believe she gonna do that. Trust and believe. And she will be circulating through the ocean trying to find a man now. See, now she's trying to find a man. She's trying to find that man that can help her circulate through this field. You understand? And you have a lot of men who's doing the same thing. They try to circulate through the field. They're not mature enough. A lot of men are not mature. So what they do, they act up. They act foolishly. And this is why a lot of women get caught up in a lot of their shit. She don't want to be in there. And then some of them will study that. And now she will use it on the next man. He trying to do the right thing. She can't trust him. Because she spent too much time with the other fool. You see how this thing keeps operating? You see how it just keeps constantly, the way it moves? It's not, there is no winners here, man. This shit is losers, man. You have another generation trying to find their way. And it's all over. It's all over. You're not going to escape this shit. It's all over. All cultures. Except, now here, I want you to hear me now. Except the people who are still in the tribal state of living. There's still millions of people on this planet who do not operate the way we operate. You got people who live in a tribe, literally, all over the world. Do not have people fool you because you can't see it. If you don't study it, this is why I told you between mathematics, social studies, right? Astronomy. If you don't learn these things, you ain't gonna know nothing. And if you with a woman, if she can't speak to you about astronomy, mathematics, right? Social studies, if her mind cannot expand outside that range, you in a world of trouble. You're in a world of trouble. Even if she can't speak to you in religion, and you know religion is bullcrap. But if she can't even comprehend on that, and here's another thing you got to be careful with. If she starts speaking to religion and that's all she knows, and she'll say something like this here. Well, all I need is the Bible and God, I'm good. Well, she's telling you she don't know nothing else. She only know what she was taught since she was a child and grew up in religion. And she might have mastered reading many scriptures over and over and over again. So what she'll become is traditional. And she will tell you, well, this is tradition. This is what my family have done all my life. And if you put a new perspective in front of her, she'll go against it because she only believed in that Baptist church tradition. and your relationship is going to be in problems. And the only reason why you might give in because you're a pushover. So you're a pushover. So you just go along. You go along with that. I'm telling you, there's so many different angles. There's so many different issues why a relationship is just doomed. Because you have not been trained by your mother and your father properly to help you guideline through the way the world is. The world is what you make it. The world is what you do. The world is how you create it in your own hands. That's the way the world is. But if you let other people manipulate you while you moving in the world, you get nothing. You have nothing. You must operate in your grasp, in your area of how you want to live. You must do this. If you don't, it's just doomed. It's just doomed. And that's why you have a lot of couples who cannot make it. You tolerate one another. That's what you do. You tolerate over and over again. And then what happens? What happens? You're going to learn something. You're going to learn abuse. That's what you're going to learn. Mentally, psychologically, and physically. But I'm going to tell you how smart the woman is. The woman is smarter than you. She's smarter than you. She'll be able to weave herself out of that situation. Because she's going to see somebody else. Because she'll be like, I'm looking for a nice person. She'll even sit there and say that. I'm looking for a nice person. She's looking for a nice person to be able to study that nice person. She wants to feel what that nice person feels like. She wants to hear his voice. She wants to feel his touch. She wants to hear how he reacts to his children or child. This is deep, man. I don't think y'all can comprehend what I'm talking about. I know it, because if you can't free your mind, and I told you, if your mind does not expand past social studies, mathematics, astronomy, you can't hear me. You're wasting your time. Because you have to break all these things down. And if your mother and father wasn't in your life, and you was not raised a certain level of a lifestyle, you ain't gonna hear me. And you're gonna get in. Even though I was raised with both a mother and a father, I still had situations, but I knew how to deal with it. Because I would always hear my mother and I would always hear my father. I would literally hear their voices. My mother's still alive. My father been dead for over 20-some years. But still, I would still hear the message from my father. How to deal with certain situations. I'm just keeping this shit real. But a lot of you are not going to be able to get that. If you with a woman and her mind span does not pass out what I just told you, yo, you in trouble. Why would you want to sit up there and be with somebody that you're not rising together? You're not learning nothing. And trust me when I'm telling you, if the woman is not learning or she not teaching and you not learning, there's a problem. That's a problem. You have to learn. You have to learn. As you get older, it will help you in the future. If you not, it's a waste. It's a waste. I don't care what anyone say. I've been around females who told me, yo, when I'm around you, I learn a lot. I know they learn a lot when they're around me because I don't speak about the same old stuff. When I'm speaking, I'm going to educate your motherfucking mind. This is years of training. I got a library here, all kinds of things. So a lot of grown women be like, yo, Now, a woman that's like 50, 60, 70 years old, when they go, oh, you know what? I heard that. See, that type of training, they learn it through the physical attributes. It years of that they learn from a good man, bad man, all kinds of weird shit in their lives. So they had learned it on the physical perspective. So that's why they can relate. But I can easily turn it to something that I know they have not comprehend. I've already done that. I've been with hang around with older women, and I start talking about different cultures. They be like, I never heard that before, because you never dived into that. And then, trust and believe, if they don't want to hear it, they go, I don't want to hear nothing about that. Because they can't grasp on that type of knowledge and that type of level. And when you run into those type of people, trust me and believe, move on. You don't want to be around that shit. You don't want to be around that. You want to be with a person that you can grow. You want to be around a person that is going to constantly stimulate your mind. You want to be around a person that you can relax your mind, and then they could take over. And then when your mind is at ease, then you can rise up again. That is what a relationship is based on. And if you don't understand what I'm just saying, what I said today, it's because you can't grasp. It's not that deep. It's that are you prepared to reconstruct the way you're thinking? And if you're in a relationship with a woman like that, you fucked. There's nothing you can do. If she cannot hold different topics of a conversation, you're fucked, man. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you don't understand it because you have not educated yourself. Your mind is still jelly. If you cannot change and hold a conversation and change that conversation into many different theories and philosophies and doctrines, you're in a waste of time. I'm just telling you. A lot of you don't get it. Now, you could be compatible because your mindset, your wavelength, the way you think is the same. So yeah, you could be compatible, but the question is are you going to be able to grow? Because if one of you begins to grow mentally, the other one falls behind, there's going to be a problem. I'm just going to be honest with you. I've been there. My baby mother was like that. I was trying to tell her, listen here, because my baby mother's smart, but when I say smart, she does not catapult herself to another level of learning certain situations. She's smart of knowing how to survive. And when you talk to her about certain things, she'll tell you straight up. She'll look at you and go, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Well, my baby mother was like that. And I recognize right away, nah, I'm not going to be with you too long. Because you ain't going to learn nothing from her. You will learn survival skills. But now let's live. And that when you move up and elevate the living skills, don't you know people get scared of that shit? People get scared to get brand new furniture. People get scared to get a brand new car, get a house or a condo. They scared because they never went past that level. Real talk. I've seen it. I had my own fucking condo. I was living with a woman at the time, many years ago. We was on that type of level. But she had a weakness. She never really worked. She never worked hard. She don't know how that was because her mother raised her. Her mother had the money. Her mother went to work. There's levels to this game, brothers and sisters. And if you don't understand it or grasp, trust and believe. A lot of you going to be in serious trouble and you're going to learn this shit the hard way. And I mean that shit. I'm sure I'm in wrong. Part 2.